The women's under 24 by 100 meters relay final at the CARIFTA Games delivered exactly what sprint fans hoped for: speed, pressure, and complete domination. Jamaica entered the race as the favorite, but what happened on the track was even more impressive than expected. From explosive starts to flawless baton exchanges, the Jamaican team controlled every phase of the race against strong Caribbean rivals. In this video, we break down how Alana Reid and her teammates overwhelmed the competition, why their relay execution looked so advanced, and what this performance tells us about the future of Jamaican women's sprinting.
Alia Baker on screen, on duty for her country in the 4x100 meters. Antigua and Barbuda also there, lining up, getting set for girls under 24 by 100 meters. Let's go. That's what the subs say.
The finals of the under 20 girls.
Ubiquitous kinesio tape, securing those knees. She needs them in the 4x1. Have to start from a low position and power to the blocks, run between the lines on the curve and deliver the baton. The 4x1 rules changed a couple of years ago. No longer a 10-meter zone for acceleration and 20 to pass in. One 30-meter exchange zone.
Antigua and Barbuda in lane 3, Jamaica in 4, French Guiana in 5, Trinidad and Tobago 6, Bahamas in 7, and the British Virgin Islands in lane number 8. Frederick there for Trinidad and Tobago.
Powerful runner. Lots of college coaches here. Saw former world champion David Oliver in the hotel today. Should have been looking at athletes like Frederick, who's looked so good in the 100 and has gone through to the 200 final.
Shatania Dorset there for the Bahamas.
Medalist last year in the under 17 category in the 100 meters. And Hewlett, Asaria Hewlett, lead of duty, sprinter hurdler, the black, green and gold.
Under 20 girls 4x100 meters relay final. Antigua and Barbuda in 3, Jamaica in 4, Guyana 5, Trinidad and Tobago 6, the Bahamas in lane number 7. There's the Antigua and Barbuda team. Giardina Dowdy, a 100 finalist at the under 20 level, having gotten to the under 17 100 final last year as well. And she leads this Antigua and Barbuda setup.
To do that, you've got to be quality, consistently sprinting in the Caribbean, fierce, and to make finals back-to-back, a fine achievement. Name Dowdy, former Jamaican sprinter Peter Gay Dowdy. This one spelled with a Y, not an I. Same commitment to speed for both ladies.
Off they go. 4x100 meters relay for under 20 girls final. The Bahamians have gone out quickly. They change ahead of the Jamaicans. Down the back stretch they go. Jamaica and Bahamas, a storming second leg for the Jamaicans.
Alana Reid.
Tremendous run. The Jamaicans start to separate themselves, and they've gone clear ahead of the rest of the field. Here they come to the final change. Jamaica in control. Alia Baker tearing down the stretch. Easy does it for the Jamaicans. Trinidad and Tobago in second, and the Bahamians in third. Frederick on anchor for Trinidad and Tobago. Dorset for the Bahamas, but the Jamaicans delivers Well, they deliver a fine performance with Alana Reed storming on the backstretch.
Wow, that was the difference. She was a change maker. The first leg was even, perhaps with the Bahamians in the lead with that wonderful aquamarine vest.
The women's under 24 by 100 meters relay final at the 2023 CARIFTA Games was supposed to be a competitive regional battle between the Caribbean's fastest young sprint nations. Instead, it became another demonstration of why Jamaica continues to dominate sprint development at the youth level better than any country in the world. Against strong relay programs from Trinidad and Tobago, the Bahamas, Antigua and Barbuda, and the British Virgin Islands, the Jamaican quartet delivered a performance built on far more than raw speed. Their victory was a combination of technical discipline, relay chemistry, intelligent athlete management, and overwhelming sprint depth. From the opening seconds of the race, Jamaica looked fundamentally different from the rest of the field. In youth relay races, teams often rely heavily on individual talent while struggling with baton timing, acceleration synchronization, or lane discipline. Jamaica showed none of those weaknesses. Every exchange looked rehearsed, calm, and efficient. That was the first sign that this race would not simply be close. It would become a showcase of relay superiority. The opening leg established control immediately. Jamaica's starter exploded from the blocks with exceptional reaction timing and powerful drive phase mechanics. What stood out most was the athlete's ability to remain composed during acceleration. Young sprinters frequently panic in relay finals, especially when competitors on the outside lanes appear to gain an early advantage. The Jamaican runner stayed patient, maintained form, and attacked the curve aggressively without overstriding. That first curve created the foundation for everything that followed. By the time the opening exchange approached, Jamaica already had momentum. But momentum alone does not win relay races. Baton efficiency is often the difference between victory and disaster, especially at the junior level where technical inconsistency is common. Jamaica's first handoff was almost perfect. The outgoing runner accelerated at exactly the right moment, allowing the baton to move smoothly through the zone without hesitation or visible deceleration. That second leg belonged to Alana Reed, and this is where the race truly broke apart. Reed entered the relay fresh after making the strategic decision to skip the 200-meter semifinal earlier in the competition. That choice proved extremely important because it allowed her to attack the relay with maximum energy reserves. In championship sprinting, athlete management can be just as important as talent itself. Jamaica clearly prioritized relay gold, and the decision immediately paid off. Once Reed received the baton, the entire dynamic of the race changed. Her acceleration on the backstretch was explosive, but what made it especially impressive was how relaxed she remained while increasing separation. Many young sprinters tighten mechanically when attempting to extend a lead. Reed looked completely controlled. Her knee lift stayed efficient, her shoulders remained relaxed, and her stride frequency never became chaotic. Technically, her backstretch running was elite for an under-20 athlete. The second leg in the 4x100 meters is often considered one of the most important positions because it requires a combination of raw speed, curve transition awareness, and baton security. Reed handled all three responsibilities flawlessly. She did not simply maintain Jamaica's lead. She destroyed the confidence of the chasing teams. By the midpoint of her leg, the visual gap between Jamaica and the rest of the field had become dramatic. Trinidad and Tobago attempted to stay connected through aggressive sprinting on the opposite side, while the Bahamas tried to rely on clean exchanges to remain competitive. But Reed's velocity was overwhelming. She generated separation so quickly that the race already looked decided before the final exchange phases even began. Another critical detail was her baton technique. At elite relay level, the baton itself moves faster than the athletes. Reed's hand positioning during the exchange minimized unnecessary movement and allowed Jamaica to maintain rhythm entering the third leg. This is something Jamaica consistently teaches exceptionally well at youth level. Sprinting fast individually is not enough. The relay must move as a synchronized system. The third leg continued Jamaica's domination through the curve. By this stage, the psychological pressure on the chasing nations was enormous. When relay teams see Jamaica extending a lead rather than fading, panic often appears. Athletes begin pressing too hard, leading to technical breakdowns. That became visible among several rivals whose form started deteriorating during the latter stages of the race. Jamaica, meanwhile, looked completely composed. Their lane discipline remained sharp, their turnover stayed smooth, and most importantly, there was no visible tension during exchanges. Youth relay races are usually chaotic. This one looked professional. The anchor leg simply confirmed what had already become obvious. Jamaica was operating on a different level. The final runner powered down the straight with confidence, carrying the baton through the finish without needing to desperately hold off challengers. The race had been won long before the final meters. What makes this performance especially significant is that it reflects Jamaica's sprint system, rather than just one talented generation. The country continues producing technically advanced sprinters at an extraordinary rate. These athletes arrive at international competitions already understanding relay spacing, acceleration timing, and race structure. That developmental advantage explains why Jamaica remains dominant not only in senior sprinting, but also in youth championships. For Reed specifically, the race reinforced why she is considered one of the most exciting young sprinters in the world. Her combination of acceleration, mechanics, and composure is extremely rare at this age. Many junior athletes possess speed, but far fewer understand how to apply that speed efficiently within a relay environment. Reed demonstrated both qualities. The victory also carried symbolic importance for Caribbean athletics. The CARIFTA Games have historically served as a launching platform for future Olympic and World Championship stars. Legends of sprinting often announce themselves at these championships long before global audiences recognize their names. Watching Jamaica dominate another under-20 relay felt like witnessing the continuation of that tradition. Most importantly, this race exposed the frightening depth Jamaica still possesses in women's sprinting. Even as global competition increases and nations invest heavily in sprint development, Jamaica continues producing wave after wave of elite talent. The athletes change, but the structure remains dominant. And in this final, Jamaica did not merely win gold. They controlled every phase of the race, executed with superior precision, and reminded the entire Caribbean that the road to sprint relay supremacy still runs directly through Kingston.